Hello again, and thanks for clicking on the video. I received a few requests asking me for my recommendations on what police academy students should enroll, right after college, or should they transfer from a 2-year to a 4-year. So I wanted to spend a few minutes with you talking about some choices. First off, it's a reality check that most of you will not be able to get hired in law enforcement until you're about 23 or 24 as a police officer. So just become aware of that, because when you graduate, you're about 18. You enter a 2-year college to get your 60 units for your 2-year degree, and now you're about 21, 22 years old. And so then this is decision-making time. First off, I have students coming into my office asking all the time if they should go straight to the academy or if they should go to a 4-year and begin their 4-year degree. And having been a police officer, as you know, I've been in law enforcement for over 23 years, I can tell you right now that you're in better physical shape now at a young age than you will be in 2 years from that point. So if you're serious about becoming a police officer, this is exactly what you want to do. After you get your 2-year college degree, hopefully in administration of justice or criminal justice, you're going to sign up for a police academy. And this is where my advice comes in about police academies. There are 2 types of police academies. There are those that are high stress, often ran by police departments, large agencies, or sheriff's departments. And the other type of police academies are academic-driven, student success-oriented police academies. And as a college professor, I'll be the first one to tell you to avoid high-stress police academies. High-stress police academies are risky because those of you who are not in tip-top shape run the risk of failing. And if you fail a police academy, it does go on your background and you won't be able to avoid it. From this point forward, when you fail a police academy, you'll have to disclose that on your background, and some agencies will consider you a liability. So not a good idea to go to a high-stress academy, first off. So on your last semester of college, now you've accumulated about 50 plus units, you're going to start digging into what academy that you should attend. The only one that I truly know about, because I know some of the faculty that teach there and they're student-oriented faculty, is the San Joaquin Delta College in Stockton, California. And they have a regular police academy that is 6 months, where you will attend Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 pretty much. Or you can, if you're working full-time, you have a family and you need to attend the academy, you can join their extended academy, which now is about 10 months long. And so be aware that before you apply to any of these academies, that you need to pass the Post-Pellet B, and I have several videos that discuss the Post-Pellet B exam. This is an entry-level exam that you can take with any law enforcement agency and then transfer the score to the police academy. And again, I'm recommending San Joaquin Delta College in Stockton, California. I'm sure there are others that are offered through community colleges. I urge you to focus on those rather than the high-stress academies. Also, before I finish the video, I received a couple of comments on, wait a minute, there's a lot of openings out there. Should I apply to an agency and have them pay me to put me through the academy, or should I put myself through the academy and incur the costs? And my advice to you is that you should put yourself through the academy and incur the costs, as I did and as other officers did. What I saw when I went to the police academy is that some students that were going through the academy sponsored by law enforcement agencies were having additional stress by having visits from the recruiters of those agencies, or from the training department staff, or from others who were wondering why they weren't scoring at the top of the class. And so you need to be aware of this. Yes, it'd be nice to attend a police academy and get paid a full-time salary while you're going through during the 6-month period. And the other positives about this is that if they sponsor you and they're paying you to go through, your probationary period oftentimes begins when you start your first day at the academy. So that's the positives. The negatives are additional stress on top of the fact that you're trying to pass all these exams, and now all of a sudden you're having to deal with a recruiter from that agency coming and talking to you in the middle of the week, taking you aside and saying, hey, I noticed you've been scoring in the 70 percentile and I expect you to be scoring in the 90 percentile. So just be aware of the stress. So, and the other positives about putting yourself through the academy, the police academy, is that when you apply to an agency and you already have the academy certificate, which is good for 3 years, you will have that much more advantage, and the pool of people that you will be competing for will be significantly lower when compared to if you decide to apply to an agency and have that agency pay you to go through the academy. So a lot more applicants are going for that option. Fewer applicants are actually academy qualified and are applying to agencies that are seeking police officers. And so that's my best advice to you. I encourage you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, to get all the updates and all the information that I have been sharing. Lots of experience in law enforcement. I have lots of experience in law enforcement, and I want you to be aware of that. Another thing is that you'll notice on my videos, I don't sugarcoat anything. So if I feel that something is not good for my students, I'll be the first one to say, don't do it. I know that some of you have questions about your backgrounds. I know that some of you have emailed me about my email. I often do not share that unless you are taking a class with me, for security reasons mainly. But I do pay attention to the comments, and those of you that have emailed me, I try my best to create videos to fulfill, the answers that you're seeking for. So thank you for listening. I'll conclude the video, and have a great one. And listen, one more piece of advice as a fatherly figure here. Be careful what you are doing today if you intend on becoming a police officer, because your actions have consequences. So if you're doing things that may affect your future career in law enforcement, you need to stop doing them and then decide that you're serious about getting into law enforcement and that you need to join the force and you need to leave toxic relationships behind and other activities that are going to be detrimental, that will have heavy consequences on your ability to obtain a job in law enforcement. Thank you for listening.